All right, we're back again, and I wanted to show you how to do a watercolor wash because you may have a page like this one that has a few words on it, but you'd like not to have so much white space around it. So what we can do, and I've already put this on with a Sharpie marker, and what I'm going to do is use regular watercolors because that's what you have to do to make a watercolor wash. I'm using the bigger brush that I have, even though I think you could do this with a smaller one. It will just take you a lot longer. So it might be worth investing in a bigger one if you're going to do something like this. And normally I like to mix my paint because to get a watercolor wash, you have to have very thin color. You have to have lots of water and just a little bit of color. And I think I'm going to decide to use this turquoisey blue back here because I know the dark blue is extremely dark and that could be tricky. So I'm going to put some water in the lid. Now, if you've ever had a box of these, you notice that they come with little compartments in the covers. And they're there for a reason. They're there to mix colors. So I'm going to touch this blue once and bring it over here and take a look to see if, oh, did that make a difference in the water? Not much. So I'm going to come back again and add one more. Ooh, that kind of suddenly got dark. But I think I can still do a little bit of a wash with it. You want to keep it very thin. And if you rub off the sides on the edge of your corner, you can actually put more water in if you want to make it thinner. So what we do with a wash is you have to hold your paper up a little bit at an angle, and you're going to start at the top and just go back and forth across the paper, across the words. I used oil pastels over here. Water does not affect oil pastels one little bit because of the wax. It's actually like a batik effect. And that's another fun thing to do. So many things I could show you if we had more time. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit more color into this because it's not showing up. So I can go back and make it a little bit darker. It gives a nice background color. Then your page, and see it, if you add too much at one place, go get some more water and just bring it down and rub it across. I can see that the pastel is making little crumbs as I brush across them with the brush. I wouldn't worry about that. When it's dry, I think you can get rid of most of those. And that way you can have color around your words without trying to go over near the edges and run into them. Okay, so that is another trick. It may not show up as colored in your video as it is here, but you can make it as dark as you want. If you don't like it that light, you can add some more color. You can add another layer. And it's washing, you're washing the page back and forth to add some color. And it's kind of cool the way it comes out sometimes, where it just leaves these streaks, some dark places, some light places. So that's a watercolor wash. It doesn't hurt pastel at all. And as a matter of fact, I think I could show you a trick here too. Let's just flip this over. If you use a white pastel and you draw, and they're hard to see when you draw, you probably can't tell what I'm doing at all, but you will in a minute. Draw something, draw a design, and then if you use watercolor with a big brush like this, well, we'll use the same color because I don't want to mix colors. When you go over it, it's like a magic picture. Kids love doing this. It's like a magic picture, and it shows up because oil pastels will not take on watercolor. Now, the other fun thing about this kind of trick is if you use a black pastel. Supposing I wanted to do that stained glass window again. And we'll just do this one really simple so you get the idea. Let's see. We'll make it simple rectangles. Okay. When you use watercolor to fill in these, whoops, it just dripped right on the paper. You can use full strength watercolor on them. And the pastel works like a border, like a wall. And it keeps the colors from going into the next box. So that's another wonderful thing about pastels and regular watercolors. It kind of keeps things, it keeps the color in their place. So I think you can get the idea here. So lots of fun again, lots of possibilities with that. And so for today, that's about the limit of my expertise for this project. There's of course more I could teach, but I don't want you to be having to watch videos all day long. So that's just a beginning anyway. But to start your project, you probably want to find your words before you think about a picture, or maybe, I don't know if you work different that way. I guess we all are different. But for me, I need to find words first, and then for some reason that provokes images to come in my head. So whatever way works for you, and again, if you have any questions, let me know. And we will be having some times in Thatcher Hall where you may want to come in and just relax, listen to quiet music, work on your piece. One more thing, though, I think I just forgot to, that I wanted to show you, is using your calligraphy pens or markers. If some of you I know are very interested in trying to do something with calligraphy, and the big Sharpie marker is quite easy to use. You see, it comes with a pointed edge and it comes with a flat edge. And when you hold this down at a certain angle and you just kind of draw your lines, the pen dresses it up without a whole lot of effort. You add little tails to them. And as I said before, a little calligraphy book, instruction book, is very helpful. And fat or thin, they're both marvelous. But again, if you're not into that and you don't want to try it or it's not working, go ahead and just use your regular Sharpie markers and just print your message. When I print, I take my time. I do them in light little flicks of the pen. And you can make them kind of fancy too. A little bit of practice and you can become an expert at it. I really believe that. So have fun, and we're here for your help. We have a month to do this, so enjoy your time, relax with it, part of the purpose of doing this project is to give you a few minutes to relax. This is not another assignment on your desk. This was meant to put on soft music and relax and just play around with colors and shapes and nature and see what you find. All right, thanks so much for tuning in, and good luck with your project.